If you have not seen his podcast when he's talking to Rashad McCants about his work ethic, it's pretty bad.
I was supposed to be a top 14 pick. My behavior got me in the second
not
round.
his game.
My work ethic got me started. My work ethic got me most improved.
No.
My work ethic got me on the video game. You can hold my work ethic out. What are you talking about?
That's not
6
true.
o'clock in the morning.
You had opportunity.
I didn't have no
You had opportunity.
I was the 15th.
You got to play.
How?
This is not an indictment against hard work. You should work hard. If you're thinking about like, oh shit, are you saying you shouldn't work hard? No. You should work hard because that is literally one of the few things you actually have control over. Working hard, having a positive attitude, being coachable. These are things that you have control over. What you don't have control over is if you fit the coaching style. What you don't have control over is if your coach just plays you out of position. What you don't have control over is politics as it relates to whatever sport you play that has nothing to do with what happens on the field or what happens on the court, but has everything to do with the business side of it. You don't have the control over that, but you do have control over working hard, being coachable, and having the right attitude, being positive. You have control over that. So you should maximize that. The reason I'm so passionate about this whole idea of working hard is because I still try to wrestle with the idea of like, why do people actually believe that? Why do people like Gilbert Arenas, and I'm just naming him. There's other celebrities that do this as well. It's like, oh, you just gotta work hard. You just gotta be the first one in the gym and the last one to leave. People are really peddling this. And I think I know why. Here are the reasons, may not be all the reasons, but here are some certain reasons. One, ego. People like to stroke their ego. They like to walk in a room, fill up the room with a chest. I did this. And what makes them feel even more of larger than life is when they can stand over you and say, you can't be up here with me because I put in this work and you didn't. So that's why you're down there and I'm up here. I'm better than you. So I think a little bit of his ego. The second thing is, I think that some people they get just a little bit delusional because some people, when they reach a certain point, they're only surrounded by people that's going to echo what they want to be said and what they want to be heard. Because you still want to hang around with this person. This person is $1 million person, don't you? So I'm going to say whatever this person wants me to say. Like, yep, Gilbert, you're right. You're right. That's why I'm shout out to Rashad McCants that tried to have a meaningful conversation. And was like, look, dude, there are other variables that you are not taking into consideration, like opportunity. But delusion comes from when you're surrounded by people that say what you want them to say because of the pressure of you going somewhere else and leaving them behind. And I think that Gilbert and others may suffer from that. And the third reason why I feel like people perpetuate this whole narrative is I think it grows the game. Whatever sport that you're playing, it grows the game. Meaning, if you looked at it like a job, and everybody that wants that job, there are applicants. There are applicants of that job. You will have a much deeper, much wider applicant pool, people that wants that job, if you sold this narrative of everybody has a chance, all you have to do is work hard. If you always tried to highlight individuals that were against all odds, but they worked hard and they just made it happen, you have a lot of people that's applying for that. Even though it's not true, okay? There's a lot more variables that comes into place other than that. But those are the three things I can think of, like, why would they continue to say this? You may be wondering, like, Bell, so what's your problem? Like, what's wrong with it? Just go with it. I'm not gonna go with it, number one, because I was one of those hardworking kids when I was in high school. I can get my teammates in the comments right now and they'll tell you, I was the wild kid that was going to practice in high school with a weight vest under my jersey. I was a person running hills. I was a person going back pedals upward from with hills. I was the one putting in all that work in the gym. And there are rarely teams that I started on that I stayed on the floor all the time. I know plenty of people that started over me that went to bigger schools that you had to chase with a mop handle, a broomstick for them not only to go to class, but to get in the gym. To be honest, that's probably a little bit why I get bent out of shape about this whole work ethic deal. But aside from me, I can move myself from the conversation. This thing is bigger than me. Oh, the reason why hard work doesn't really make sense is because there's so many other factors other than whoever works the hardest is going to make it.
A quick example I'll give you about this whole working hard mindset is going to a college or university and going into a lecture hall that holds 250 students. And let's just say that class is microbiology. If I stand in front of that class and I say, I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt who has an A in this class. It's the person who works the hardest. If I said that out loud, you probably had me escorted off the campus because you just knew that whatever I was smoking was illegal and I should be jailed for it. You would probably say, you know what, this person is not very smart. You would probably say this person is, they may be delayed in some areas. And you might be right. Because you understand there are so many variables from getting an A other than just working hard. You understand there's variables like someone could be cheating. Someone could have taken a class the semester before. Someone could be dating the professor. Someone could, the list goes on of things that could have helped the person get an A versus working hard. And the same should be said for someone that failed the class. You can't say whoever failed the class, that just meant they didn't work hard, because there's so many variables that come into play with that. Maybe the person doesn't speak the language. Maybe the person is hearing impaired or sight impaired and didn't have the necessary accommodations. There's so many, I'm just naming a few, but you get the point. There's so many rhymes of reasons. There's so many variables other than working hard. So if that doesn't work in a classroom setting, what in the world makes you think it's going to work in sports? That just because someone works the hardest, that they're going to be successful, that they're going to get drafted. It sounds good on the brochure, sounds good in the movie, but it's not reality.
The second thing is all subjective. What is working hard? What is that? How do you put that on paper? What working hard? Your working hard may be different from this person working hard. This person has that much more talent, and you're starting with this much talent, and you're working hard, but this person is still up here. You have to be working. What if the amount of working hard that you have to put in takes longer than what you have eligibility-wise as far as in college or as far as high school? What if you bust your behind for 4 years? This person started up here with talent, and you're down here, and you're just working hard, and this person just showing up, but they have talent enough that they're head and shoulders above you. I'm sorry to tell you, hard work is not going to, it's not going to do what you think it's going to do. Okay? And I'm sorry to tell you that person, because that person's already up there, that person's going to start over you. That doesn't mean you're not working hard. Another problem that I have with this is right now we're having issues with student athletes not being able to separate themselves from the sport. Once they leave playing their different sports, they feel like they have identity problems. My mindset is, how could you blame them? If you fed them this narrative that all they did is just first one in the gym, last one leave, stay in the gym, stay focused, then you get all these riches, and then at the end they don't get it. Wouldn't that bother you as well? Wouldn't that affect you in a major way? So by us continuing this narrative of just, if you just work hard, then you'll get all these things, we're leading them astray. We're setting them up for failure. And my last point of why this boils my blood is this. Some communities, they value working hard in math and science. So they go on to be doctors, they go on to be architects, they go on to be computer scientists, they go on to be nurses, they go on to be yada, yada, yada. But then there's other people that they're told that same work hard deal, but they put it on to athletics, right? So the crazy thing about that is math and science is a sturdier foundation. Athletics is thin as a paper plate. Now, this is not me talking nonsense about athletics. I was a kid that failed the 6th grade and the 8th grade, special education classes. I would not have graduated high school without the game of basketball. So I'm forever indebted to the game of basketball. It helped me get through college. It put me through college. It paid for my college, all for the game of basketball. I love basketball. But what I'm saying is, when you have certain communities that want to glamorize a sport so much so that they feel like it's a guarantee that if I work hard, I'm going to get this. It's just too flimsy of a foundation for that to be true 9 times out of 10. But there's other places that you can put that logic to that it'll yield that type of outcome. Athletics is not it. And I love athletics. It's done amazing for my life. It's helped my family out. I love athletics. No regrets. Teachers couldn't get across from me. Teachers couldn't get across to me. They just put me in a closet called special education classes and just, they didn't pay me no never mind. It was those basketball coaches that got across to me. Those basketball coaches that didn't let me slide on anything. The standard was a standard. So this is not me talking trash about athletics. This is me trying to help people to understand that basketball, whatever sport you play, it is the vehicle. It is not the destination. That's what you get. That's what you need to be hearing. Instead of somebody hollering at the top of their lungs, puffing up their chest, talking about the amount of work they put in. I can tell you right now, there are people that were better than me in high school that didn't get the opportunities I did in college. There are people that are on my college campus at Ouachita Baptist University that were smarter than me but didn't get their education paid for. You're not going to hear this from everybody. Some people are just so swell up with pride, so swell up with ego, they can't have those conversations. Because they feel like they will make them less than. And what I'm saying is all those variables are important, and that doesn't make that person any less than. Steph Curry, you don't think he has a competitive advantage as far as his shooting percentage, his shooting mechanics, having a dad like Dale Curry, who is a marksman, who's a sniper? You don't think that helped him at all? No, it didn't help him at all. Yes, it did. You don't think Kobe Bryant, having the dad that he had, playing professional basketball overseas, being isolated, working on his game, you don't think that helped him at all? I'm not saying you're going to get your outcome because you have those things, but that didn't hurt them. That didn't hurt them. But there's so many that people just want it. They just want the credit. That's all it is. They want the credit themselves. Even if it's at the expense of everyone else's self-worth.